Hey, what's up guys, this is Thyraz and welcome to my PvP guide for Boomkins!
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've played Boomkin on above 2600 MMR in Arena, and in this video I'm going to show you how I will be playing a balanced Druid as of patch 5.4. I'll be going over exactly which talents, glyphs, gems and enchants you need for this Arena season. I really hope you learn something and enjoy the video. Back in 5.3, you were supposed to stack crit and dot as many targets as you could. This was because for every dot tick that critted, you had a chance to gain an instant Star Surge proc. But in 5.4, this happened. Shooting Stars now has a reduced chance to activate for each additional target affected by the same spell. Moonfire and Sunfire are tracked separately. So, since gemming crit in this patch will not help you as much as it used to do, I decided to try out a new build and it works perfect. The reason I like my own build that I created more is because it involves casting spells rather than the old playstyle where you dotted everything and relied on random instant Star Surge procs. So my build is basically less RNG and more about casting spells such as Wrath and Starfire. Even if the old build turns out to still be the best choice, I will go with my own build anyways because it's just way more fun to play with. So I'm giving you two choices here. You could either go with the old crit build or go for haste like I do. I'm sure both builds will be 100% viable. The stats I go for now is haste, mastery, crit. With my build you're going to dot one or two targets and just put those Starfire crits into your enemies. I'm glad they nerfed the amount of Star Surge procs we had because pressing Moonfire, 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 Star Surge, Moonfire, 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 Star Surge is really not a fun playstyle, you have to admit that. Besides, going with my build I still get a good amount of Star Surge procs, so the lack of crit isn't really that much of a big deal, to be honest. I barely feel a difference. And now I'm just gonna show you how fast I can cast spells. The CC spells are extremely quick. The damage spells are a bit slower but still fairly quick to cast. And by the way, after recording this clip I realized that I was still gemmed into crit in 3 gem slots, so my casts are actually slightly faster than the ones on the video. Maybe I should mention that all of these casts were done with Nature's Grace activated. Nature's Grace is the buff you get after you hit Eclipse. The buff lasts for 15 seconds and increases your haste by 15% for the duration. So the way you should gem is, in red slots you put intellect plus haste gems, or crit instead of haste if you're going with the crit build. For yellow slots put pure haste gems or crit. In blue slots you should gem haste plus spirit. And again you can gem crit plus spirit if you're going with the crit build. Your meta gem should be a burning primal diamond. So which talents should you go with as of patch 5.4? In the first tier of talents, I'm going with Displacer Beast. I only use Charge in Blade's Edge Arena or when I'm fighting a hunter team, because when a hunter scattershots someone, that obviously means he wants to land a trap on that person. If the person who scattered happens to be my healer teammate, I can just charge him, eat a trap and let my healer dispel me to then continue the arena match without my healer having to sit a full 8-second trap. In the second tier of talents, I'm going with Canary Ward. I don't really like the new talent because I can't choose to heal other players with it. If my teammate is getting blown up, I need to heal him, and the new talent doesn't heal that much anyways. It does save 5% every 5 seconds, but it's actually lower than 2.5% since the ability is affected by battle fatigue. Sad enough. Third tier, Typhoon. Not really playing with the other talents inside arenas. In the fourth tier I'm going with Force of Nature, but I'll probably start playing with Incarnation more as well now. Reason being that the damage from Dream of Canarius stacked with Incarnation is pretty good. In the fifth tier I chose Bash, but whenever I'm playing with Incarnation I go with Vortex over Bash since I cannot instantly root into a beam, since Incarnation and Force of Nature is in the same tier. I don't think I'll use Heart of the Wild a lot since the healing got nerfed and it doesn't make you immortal for 45 seconds anymore, which is a good change cause it was extremely overpowered. I do play with Nature's Vigil in duels, but in arenas I just think that Dream of Canarius is the way to go these days. So basically all the talents I use in arena are Displacer Beast, Wild Charge, Canarian Ward, Typhoon, Force of Nature, Incarnation, Earth's Vortex, Mighty Bash, Dream of Canarius, and maybe even Heart of the Wild and Nature's Vigil against some comps. So the glyphs I'm using are Barkskin, Cyclone and Guided Stars. I'm still trying Guided Stars out. The way it works is that instead of having your Starfall spreading its stars on different targets, you can make it focus on one or two targets, which I think is pretty useful if you're going with my build at least. If you remember what I said before, my build is more about single target damage, rather than spreading your damage and taking your enemies down slowly. But yeah, the patch has not been out for long, so you may want to go to my armory to keep yourself updated, and if I realize a few weeks into the new season that I've done some horrible mistakes in this guide, I'll either just let you guys know about it in the comment section or by annotations in this video, or just make a complete new guide. So let's quickly go over my enchants. Shoulders, Intellect plus Crit, Cloak, Intellect, Chest plus all stats, Bracers plus Intellect, Weapon, Jade Spirit, Gloves, Haste, Legs, Intellect plus Crit, and for my boots I go with Mastery plus minor speed increase. So I'm planning to do a guide focusing more on gameplay, but I'd like your opinion on how I made this guide, because I want to know if you think I made any mistakes or could have made something more clear. To me all this stuff is obvious, so it's hard for me to explain to someone who's new to the Druid class or haven't played balance for very long. If you did like the video, subscribe and check out my Facebook page for updates on my future projects, such as Thyraz 3 and so on. Thanks a lot and see you in my next video.